I'm Steve Henson. I'm the editor of the Pueblo Chieftain, and with me today are two of my colleagues, John Pompey, Luke Lyons. These guys have a really popular segment in the Chieftain on a regular basis in which they debate different types of music with all kinds of different themes. And we're gonna have a little fun with these two guys today because they banter back and forth in the newsroom all the time, and all the rest of us jump in now and then. So we're gonna do some rapid fire questions. We're gonna find out what these guys are really like. So I'm gonna give you a choice of two things, and then you're gonna tell me which you would prefer with just a real quick hit, okay? First one, and it's an easy one. Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Beatles, easily.
I'll concur.
Me too. It's pretty obvious. Just too much variety, too much trendsetters, too much everything.
Better songwriters.
Yep. Okay, here's a tougher one. Casablanca or Godfather?
Casablanca.
Gotta go with The Godfather, man.
It's the greatest film of all time. Great love story. Great sense of patriotism. It's about doing right.
Godfather has more classic lines, man. I mean, they created the meme with "I'll make him an offer he can't refuse" before there was a meme. So, you got Pacino, you got, of course, Marlon Brando, you got Robert Duvall, James Caan, unbeatable. All you had in Casablanca was Humphrey Bogart. Right?
Ingrid Bergman, Paul Henry,
Peter Lorre, I'll even give you that.
Rick.
Of all the
Help me,
gin
Rick.
joints in all the towns in all the world, you came into mind. That's
Man, it's a tough call. Those are my two favorite movies, and it's hard to make a decision. But Ingrid Bergman, my goodness. Okay, here's a little more challenging one. Spencer Tracy or Leonardo DiCaprio?
He's a young gun. I bet he's going
I'm
to
a
say
big
Leonardo.
Leonardo
I knew
DiCaprio
it.
fan, but Spencer Tracy is probably the most underrated actor, underappreciated actor of all time. He's great. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? One of my favorite movies, and he and Katharine Hepburn and Sidney Poitier in that film are wonderful.
I got to go with Spencer Tracy. His iconic line in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and I think it was a Bad Day at Black Rock.
Yeah, that's my movie.
That he's such a subdued, bad hombre. It's just a great film with just a dark aura.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, here's a good one too. Hitchcock or George Romero?
Oh, Hitchcock. Just for Psycho and Vertigo alone, Hitchcock. Those are two great movies. North by Northwest, Birds. Hitchcock is a genius, absolute genius. His TV show, yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock Presents, underrated television show, a little bit before Twilight Zone, but on the same thing. And really, with the exception of Night of the Living Dead and the zombie genre, George Romero was pretty much a one-trick pony.
Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
Good call, guys. Okay, how about this one? Roots or The Sopranos?
Well, Roots is one of those once-in-a-generation made-for-TV movies that I think spoke to our history, both the good and bad of it, more bad. And I think it was such a cultural event that I think I'd have to go with Roots and just the impact that it's had. I mean, Sopranos is a great, HBO series, but Roots, I think, was just really moving and powerful.
I'll go with Roots. I'm one of the few that thought Sopranos was way overrated, and that's coming from a guy who likes all the mobster films and TV. I just never got into it, but Roots, I remember we had to do assignments with it at school in conjunction with that miniseries, so that stuck with me.
Yeah, I'd go with you too. And I always felt like in the real world that Tony Soprano would have been whacked within the first half of the first episode. I mean, and for him to survive all those years, it just didn't ring true to me. Okay, and finally, and I know you guys are both healthy guys, so this is an unfair question. It'd be better for me, but slopper or special?
I don't like Italian sausage, so I'm going to go slopper, even though I prefer just a regular burger to a slopper, which is an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I haven't eaten either in years, but I'm going to go with the slopper just because it's tradition and the fact that the State Fair this year is having the World Slopper Eating Championship. Down as many as you can in 8 minutes, and you might win worldwide fame.
All right. I got to go with the special, but then I've been going there since I was a kid, so... All right, guys, thanks a lot. And now we're going to just very quickly preview what we have coming up in the paper tomorrow. An interesting story on there's been a cut down in the number of housing starts in the last few years in Pueblo. And it isn't that there isn't a demand, and it isn't that people aren't lined up to get at housing. It's for a number of reasons that developers are finding it difficult to develop projects here. And they think that the city is not developer friendly. So the city's doing something about that, and we're going to report on that tomorrow. And then we also have an interesting story on the Arkansas Valley and the water systems. Some studies have found that there's some problems with some of the water systems in the Ark Valley, and they hope to get that fixed, of course, when the conduit's built, but that's years away. In the meantime, some fixes need to take place. Those are just some of the things coming up in the paper. I want to thank Luke and John for joining me today. It was a gas. And I hope you enjoy their columns pretty regularly in the paper. Now, you guys aren't in this weekend, is that correct?
We took a break, but we're coming back next week. Luke will offer his top 10 best instrumentals. I'll weigh in, and then the next week after that, I'll do my top 10.
All right, thanks. And thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you Monday.